importance of water in our lives is obvious. However, have you ever wondered what really happens to the water after we use it? It gets completely contaminated. What do we mean by this? Contaminated means the water has a few impurities added to it. Let's take an example to understand this. What are the activities that require water in our kitchens? Apart from cooking, there's cleaning, washing utensils, and lots more. Have you seen what happens to the water after a vessel is washed? The clean water turns sort of brownish black. That's because the pure water is now mixed with all the impurities like oil and food particles which are present on the vessel. Such impurities are called contaminants. And these contaminants, when added to the water, make the water contaminated. Is there a specific name for this contaminated water? Yes, it's called sewage water. So is it just the contaminated water from the kitchen which is called sewage water? Not only the kitchen, but contaminated water from any source is called sewage water. So which sources are we talking about? All the wastewater sources like our homes, industries, offices, hospitals, institutes, and other such places. The wastewater from all these sources is called sewage water. So sewage water is simply the wastewater collected from various sources and which cannot be used again. Then what do we do with this sewage water? Have you ever wondered where does the water go? How do we dispose it? Do we have to release it directly into the nearby water bodies? Or do we release it directly into a plain ground so that water will percolate and fill the underground water reservoir? Well, both these options are not really advisable. In fact, any of this practice can lead to severe issues with the life of organisms living in water bodies or in the soil. What could be the reason for sewage water to cause harm to life? If it just contains wastes, what could be so bad? The fact is, the composition of sewage water is totally different. It's far more dangerous than we can imagine. The composition of any sewage water will depend upon its source. So what do we mean by this? Sewage from homes will usually contain organic matter like oil, human and animal wastes. The amount of harmful bacteria like the ones causing diseases will be comparatively rare. On the other hand, sewage from hospitals is more likely to contain a greater amount of harmful microorganisms in them. What do you think will be the case with industrial sewage then? It is bound to contain traces of many harmful chemicals and heavy metals. All these contaminants are very dangerous to living organisms. That's precisely the reason why releasing sewage directly into the nearby surroundings is extremely dangerous. So what can be done then? How do we dispose it? The best option is releasing the sewage only after treating it appropriately. Let's look at the methods and systems that help in treating sewage before releasing it. In the next video, we will see an interesting concept of sewage treatment.